Hey man, what's happening, everybody? It's been a while. I know it's like we were busy and stuff like that, but we have returned. Um, we didn't post stuff that we're returning, but you all knew we were returning because I think we told people we're returning. Yes, we're returning. We have returned. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Get Off My Lawn here on the World Foam Alliance YouTube channel, man. If you don't know what we do is, well, we try to basically unite the world, man. Unite the world in politics, religion, and stuff like that. Nah, man, everything foam flinging related. We are here to basically make sure that you know, like everybody else knows, there are other people out there like you, and you can actually connect with people and actually do foam flinging. Now, worldfoamalliance.org. If you have the chance, please go over and be sure to register. Once you register, that way we can let people know where you are, and they can then find out where, or you can find out where they are. Man, am I rusty? It must have been. I just got back from Scotland. I was on like a church choir tour, but we will talk about that in a little bit. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, again, please free to subscribe, hit the like button. Don't forget to share it to everyone else, man. Let them know we're here. The more people that share and like it, the better we have, the more reach we get, blah, yada, yada, all the good things like that. What's going on, everybody? Again, today we have no special guest. Today the special guest is just myself and Captain Xavier. So what does that mean? We'll actually have more time, and as long as our chat's working, we can actually probably be better at responding to your questions, comments, anything like that. So anything you got, be sure to answer it. Again, right now, because we did take the break, we are back on more of a regular schedule. What does that mean? Next Wednesday, the Foam Zone will be on with Andrew. I'm sure he has a guest lined up already. And then after that, again, it'll be us and so forth and so forth and so forth. So if you already marked your calendars knowing when we're supposed to be, we are back on that schedule, and we should be sticking to that schedule. In other news, well, yeah, conventions are done. So the whole Fan Expo adventure with Dart Zone this summer, thank you to everyone that was actually able to come out and meet us and say hi to us. That was wonderful seeing so many people that we did. I know many people would like to, but it's always difficult. You can't always make it. But this year has wrapped up, and I think it was a resounding success. Got to connect with a lot of people, got to push people to a lot of groups. And again, it falls into what we're trying to do. Expand the hobby, let people know that you don't just have to play at home. You don't have to have siblings and shoot your neighbors and sit in the basement and not play with anybody else. We're all over the place. We are everywhere, and it's just what we're trying to do is let you all know that we are everywhere and anywhere. Fan Expo and Dart Zone will most likely be returning next year. It is not officially confirmed yet. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, but again, when that happens, more dates will be shared, which cities we're going to be in, probably many of the ones that we were already in, and there might be expanded as well. However, do not hold me to that. As I mentioned and prefaced it, that might change. Now, in other news, I was in Scotland. So that's also partly why we took the break last Wednesday. I did a church choir tour. If you can believe it or not, I sing in a church choir. Yep. So if you ever see me sitting in the back of a church choir and you go like, you got to be kidding me. Al the Geek sings in a choir. Yeah, I do. Never grew up singing in a choir, but ended up joining one 7 or 8 years ago, and it was so much fun, man. So on the adventure when I went to Scotland, I did get a chance to meet up with a few people. I was hoping to meet up with Reaper from the N7s. He could not make it. Well, schedules didn't line up. However, I did meet with one Alan Glaswell. As it turns out, he is just outside of Scotland. He came down to the hotel where I was staying at. We may have shared a pint and a whiskey talking about so many things. It's always fun when you get to meet people that you see online, and then you meet them in person, and they're even better than you'd hoped for. We shared a lot of laughs, and it was a lot of fun. And even so, the next day, he actually came to our concert, which was fun to see. And he's like, holy cow, you guys can't sing. I said, yeah, we can. Surprisingly, I just am surrounded by good people, so they make me look better. Anyways, before my brain breaks, we got Cap. Cap, what's shaking, brother?
I got nothing. I got all kinds of new stuff. I think I already did all the videos on the new toys I got. I've got another tracer unit I get to review.
Ooh.
Loving my SBL 2.0. It is fabulous. It is shiny. I did not get the opportunity to take it to a competitive event for reasons, but Borst is this weekend, so I may take it there. And leave it in the car the whole time because I'll never actually get around to playing any of the games because I run the events. But they were a lot of fun. And now I've got my whole trailer, my Nerf war in a trailer built. It makes it so easy to go to the events. Just hook it up and go. Everything fits. It's fabulous. Everything has a bin it goes in. Lovely.
You're so fancy.
Now I could do like roving birthday parties or company retreats or something if I wanted to. And just roll up with a trailer full of Nerf and cause a riot. Would be loads of fun. I went to a convention this last weekend. I went to BrickCon up in Seattle, a Lego convention, one of the two that I attend. The other one I attend is Bricks Cascade down in Portland. And that was a lot of fun. I didn't actually bring a build this time. I just never found the time to build anything. I just went with Sergeant Deplorable, who'd put together a small build and still managed to win a trophy, which was awesome. The history section was a little bit... The history section was lacking. If I had brought anything, I probably would have won a trophy. But I couldn't be bothered. But we do have plans to build something really big for next year. Sort of a continuation of a build we did previously. We did a giant Battle of Trafalgar setup for Bricks Cascade one year. We had 6 ships of the line and a bunch of frigates, and we had it set up just before the Victory crossed the French line of battle. And next year we want to do an hour after the Victory crosses the French line of battle. And so right when Nelson gets shot and Villeneuve surrenders. And so the aftermath, mid-battle with cannons blazing and ships blown, masts all off, and a lot of dead Frenchmen. Good stuff. The irony that in this whole Napoleonic arms race that Sergeant Deplorable and have gotten ourselves into is the fact that I'm the Francophile who can actually speak French, and he somehow ended up getting to be the French in this whole mess. It's just baffling. He built the blue ship first, and that meant he was French or something like that. But I do get to build another ship as a result of this, a big one.
Wait, are you starting with a kit or again just from scratch like some of the other ones you built?
Oh, this will all be from scratch. Nothing we have will be a kit. Lego hasn't made a pirate ship kit in like 10 years, and even then, none of them were anything on the scale that we're looking for. The biggest ship that Lego ever put out had 8 guns. The smallest ship that we will be putting on the table will have 50 guns. So yeah, I'm building another.
If I may interject, because again, if y'all don't know, Cap has got a couple of ships online, and they're very impressive. Of your current ships, which one is the biggest in terms of how many guns it has?
I have 104 gun, modeled after the HMS Victory, which I have now been on. I have been to the Victory and stood on the deck where Nelson was shot. And Sergeant Deplorable was there with me. So we did a tour of Europe last year together. And the first place we stopped was in England. We went and we saw the Victory and then got on a boat and sailed to France. So, yeah, I was looking at the ships that were involved in that altercation where the Victory broke the French line. And as fortune would have it, one of them was a ship I already wanted to build. So now I have the excuse to build it, but it's going to be even bigger than the Victory. So
less guns but bigger ship. How cool is that?
No, more guns, more ship.
I thought you said 50. Or am I missing? What did I miss?
The smallest ship we have will have 50.
Oh, sorry.
Well, technically, I think we're going to have a 42 gun ship of the line, or 44 gun ship or 44 gun frigate. Will be there, and then the rest will all be full ships of the line. We may even have to make a few of the current ones we have already built a little bit bigger if we want it to be historically accurate. Annoyingly, there will be 2 different ships called the Neptune. There was both a Neptune in the British fleet and a Neptune in the French fleet, and they met each other on the battle.
But of course.
naturally.
Well, what are you gonna do, right? No, our ship's named the Neptune. Oh, okay. Sorry. We'll change the name
Let us
of our
just be
ship.
back there with some paint and fix it. Yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun. In Nerf news, I do still have some interesting builds I'm hoping to get done. I need to get that pulse rifle started. That may end up my end of the year build at this rate, but I'd rather it be something else. But we will see. I definitely need to build the pulse rifle because I got the flamethrower now. And I want the set. I want to be able to duct tape them to each other and go rescue a small child. I'm going to need
That's the next thing. We need someone to make a giant alien queen that you can light up.
Yes. An alien queen, some egg, or at least an egg.
Egg would be cool. Well, the eggs I'm sure you can get on Amazon. And I've seen now you can actually buy like little aliens. Wait, were they pillows? It was something where you could actually buy the alien and it was full size and looked real. And I know you can buy lots of them. Much more readily than previously.
I've got a mask, the head, and arm. And gonna need a curly blade.
I'm talking like the hatchling. You can buy like the hatchlings.
No. I have somewhere around here I have a plushie face hugger.
Fleshy face hugger, there it is. That makes sense.
I've got a little bitty alien. I can see him, he's over there.
Not too bad, man. That's not too bad. So the SPL2.
What I'm supposed to do this week? I swear I had an arms deal.
You gotta start taking notes. Otherwise, man, people will forget.
I usually put good notes in my phone, but apparently this one didn't make it. I'll have to reach out to the guy. I was going to go down to Portland, but then my sister moved here, so I don't think I ended up going. Or was it supposed to be the week before? Oh, God, time flies by.
Yes, it is, man.
Probably thought I just lost interest in him and just being flaky. Like, did we ever work out the details? I was supposed to reach out to Out of Darts. Out of Darts wasn't available, and then I wasn't available. We'll have to try next week. Because I don't know how much time the person I was supposed to be doing the arms deal had. I need a personal assistant.
There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen at home, man, if you're looking for a job, the pay is nothing. You get to live in the bunkhouse. And hashtag Captain Xavier's personal assistant. Maybe he'll make you the first mate. That'll be discussed later. Applications, please apply.
You'll be paid in use.
You'll be paid, and he'll let you play in the shop, maybe.
Paid in surplus Nerf darts.
Like, think about, dude, time flying. We're at September. Well, today is September 11th, obviously, and a very important day. I mean, think of that we're broadcasting on September 11th. We should do something. We might just do a moment of silence at some point at the end. And I'm not kidding. Just something that makes sense. But in the meanwhile, RAG is what? 3 weeks away? Barely a month away. It's under a month away.
Something like that. I am not currently planning to attend. The last event that I was planning to travel to was going to be Mall Madness, but it got canceled. And I just decided I'm still worn out from the last 2 years. I'm not ready to travel again. Next year, I hope to do a lot more travel. We will see.
Well, if you change your mind, Battle of Endor is the weekend of November 7th or 10th. And it's just one day.
A long way to go for one day.
Well, we can do other stuff too. That means we're just not running around. And then actually Anthony might drive down for it as well. And we might have parts of the A-team drive down, which apparently I think are going to be staying over at Andrew, a.k.a. Dart Sweep, allegedly.
Allegedly. Are you going to come visit me? Is that still happening?
I think so. Which weekend was it again? The 27th?
I don't know. It's on my phone, which is I'm using to record.
Well, check.
We should look at the comments. Is anybody even watching this?
They are. I've been talking back and forth.
I'm going to try to bring up the comments if I can get there without shutting down my stream. There it is. Get off my lawn.
I'll fill you in. So they're wondering if you have a Predator mask. And my comment was he probably does because he has masks for everything. So that's the first thing.
Watching? Oh, let's see. Come on.
Do you have a Predator mask?
I do.
There you go. I am not surprised if he does, man. Because the man... See, there it is. Wait a minute. I have one too. Hold on.
I'm not
Talk amongst
surprised by
yourselves.
that. Yeah, that's it. I got a drawer of streamlines. That's what you'll be paid in.
Absolutely. Where is it? I got one. I wasn't very
Have to hunt
impressed
your
with
own
it.
food. There's badgers and deer in the swamp.
Yeah, but do not beware of Swamp Cat territory. She'll take it out on you if you steal
This is
her
true.
booty.
This is true. She will.
There we go.
Yeah.
I don't like this one though. I was hoping for much better, but
I think there's something alive in here with me.
it could be. Yeah, yours looks a little better than mine. Mine's kind of. Well, we'll do the stream like this for the next few minutes just to confuse people going in. What have we missed?
What's going on here?
What do you mean? How did you not know this was the Predator edition?
Questions. We need questions. Ask questions. I don't know if
Ask questions.
The line's set up for call in, but I've got the comments brought up so I can see your comments. Hopefully.
No, we do not have the line set up for right now.
No phone calls. You'll have to ask questions in the comments.
Yeah, sorry about that. You're gonna have to.
Tragic.
It is.
Still need to review.
Well, there you go. If he gets to hang out with you, he'll do it for free. If you take up the Captain Xavier assistant, you'll have to pay to hang out with him and just do work. He just makes the worst rules.
It's just the worst. I would do it. I currently do it. So I mean.
How are you doing tonight? I am doing pretty good, man. I am almost over my jet lag from my trip to Scotland, so I'm doing pretty good, man. What about you? You got a haircut.
I did. The time had come. It just keeps coming back, you know. And you got to get it cut again, and then it comes back, and you got to get it cut again. Every time, I think my hair goes a little bit more gray, but that's okay. I like it. Makes me look dignified or something. Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
I'm excited. I had a lot of fun at BrickCon. I bought a lot of Lego things. I ordered a bunch more stuff. There's a lot of cool builds there. I did do some thrifting. I think I've got enough thrift clips to make a video now, so maybe that's what I'll do tonight. Edit a thrift video for y'all. I need to get back into my Lego room. I got a boat to build, so I'm gonna have to get back up in there. Bourse this weekend. Are we doing anything? We're gonna do a combination of one of our oldest and most popular games that we just call Carpe, where you're trying to collect balls from a bucket of ball pit balls. But we're gonna add some.
When
Probably. It's the one where you have to yell yeet every time you throw the ball.
Yes, I do vaguely remember that. Yes.
But we're gonna play that, but with zombies.
Of course you are.
So it's still going to be two teams, and they have to try to collect a certain number of balls. And if one of the teams manages to collect a certain number of balls before all the humans get wiped out, then that human team wins.
Not too bad, man.
Yeah, so you're fighting humans while fighting zombies while trying to collect balls.
So for here, this weekend on Sunday, it is DMV Nerfers. That is also one of the trifecta of the Maryland Foam Alliance. That's the one that Andrew Dartsweep is the main admin for. But then also happening this weekend, if you are in the Maryland, Northern Virginia, DC area, over at the Charles County Fairground, which is also the same place that Southern Maryland House of Nerf plays, they have their annual county fair. And Maryland Foam Alliance does have a large booth set up there for a couple of reasons. One, to kind of demonstrate and show the stuff we have. Again, it's kind of like, by the way, we're in your community. This is what we do. We actually play here. You're here. Just come out for those days. They'll have parts of their arsenals on display for people to see and test. But at the same time, they have a bunch of stuff for sale, meaning all their loaners, people's collections, things they just have no more use for, because then everything they sell goes back and helps fund the club. Last year, they had a very successful one. I think they sold over $2,000. I'm not sure how much. Don't quote me on that. I might get in trouble, but they sold a lot of stuff. So as it turns out, because um, I have way too much stuff, I do not have a barn or a trailer to put stuff in.
Container.
Oh my God, that'd be nice. I do not have it. And there, let's face it, there are things that I am never going to get to. So I am going to be making a large contribution to that. Like one of them, I think I have like 12 demolishers I've finally given up on. I'm never doing anything with. I have probably about 20 Recon Mark twos that I'm not going to do nothing with. Never mind Alpha Hawks, a bunch of other stuff in here where it's like I need space. So I'm going to be dumping a lot of that, and I will actually be helping at the booth on this Saturday at the Charles County Fairground. Again, Charles County Fairground, Maryland Foam Alliance. If you go to marylandfoamalliance.org, they'll probably have a listing for it. If you're in the area, come out and say hi. Come on and hang out. It's a fair, man. They got funnel cake and other stuff too. And you get us mooks that you can come talk to and hang out with. So that's happening this weekend. And I hope to dump a lot of my stuff because I need space.
Yeah.
I need space.
I donated a whole boatload of blasters to the WSU HVZ Club years ago when they're doing their annual fundraiser, where you could sign up for the club, and then for $5, signing up to the club was free, playing the game was free, but for $5 you got a Nerf blaster and your bandana. Otherwise, you had to come up with your own bandana. And they sold out blasters. And I don't remember how many I gave them, but it raised a boatload of money for them. They were able to get a whole bunch of MacGuffins to make the games look better. And college kids who didn't have any money got a blaster for $5. And a couple of them, I mean, they were not the good blasters. These were Goodwill blasters 15 years ago, give or take.
That ain't, and I see it's a good. So again, for everyone that's watching and playing along at home, some of you have large collections, some of you have small collections. If you have small collections, eventually it will become a bigger collection eventually. And sometimes the way to sell it is finding other clubs, groups, or people like capping his arms deal to hand them off, and you feel better about it.
Yeah. But a couple of the people who bought blasters on that club fair day went on to make it to the final stand of the HVZ armed with nothing but a Maverick that they bought from me for $5, which was impressive to see.
That is impressive. That's also somebody who can run.
There was somebody dual wielding Mavericks. They just had a rope tied between them so they could prime them by just pumping their fists. And then someone else, I think they were actually armed with a Busby Tech 6 and somehow made it to the final.
Nice.
I don't know if they survived the final, but they made it to the final.
There it is. Let me just jump back into chat pretty quick. So
yeah, what do we got going on?
Well, we got people saying that. Well, someone is saying that we should have had Wallcom on this, and it's like actually it's been a year since we had him, but we have had Wallcom on it. It was, and General Strife looked it up. It was like September. Was it like September last year? It was some late summer, early fall that we had Wallcom on, because we also had Flux on shortly after that. And it's like
we haven't had Wallcom on since.
Well, we've just been busy, and I think he's been busy as well. And we don't go to saying people, hey, you want to come on this month? Hey, you want to come on this month? Because he's also doing his own show as well. But I have no doubt we'll have him back on as well. We have a number of people that that obviously we still got to ask, and I know they're going to say yes. Part of it is just because as busy as summer has been, I just got back from vacation. You were busy. Man behind the curtain, we don't have either of them here. Luckily, we have the third man behind the curtain that's making it happen. So it's shows like this, we will have people out, and it will happen. Like, for example, we just had Aaron Esser on, which was, and by the way, he's a new dad. For those following along at home, we had Aaron on, was it? Yeah, the last show before where we took our break. And he's a new dad. He had his baby girl, and he's good. It was a lot of fun having him on. So we actually have things planned. We'll get people on. It's going to be fun. Some you kind of expect, but then at the same time, we're probably going to have some people you would not expect. And it's like, really? You got that person? So we're going to keep it interesting.
I'm clearly out of the loop. I don't even know who KB Foam Strike is.
I don't know who that is either. Maritime Foam.
Obviously.
We,
He'll be
well,
back.
he,
We
of
can't
course
get
he'll
rid
be
of him.
back. No, wait, because he's just calling him up and dragging him out and saying, "Come on, put him on." He hasn't had his own show on in a while, which is kind of fun. Because Anthony has Maritime. He has what's his called? Oh, come on, brain. Friday Night Foam with Maritime Foam. That's it. Yeah, he hasn't even done his own live show, but we've had him on ours a couple times already. But at the same token, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering about people, so again, Foamsgiving, if you don't know what happened last year, we had Foamsgiving. It was a quickly put together charity event where we decided to live stream for 24 hours. And the original plan was going to be myself and Captain Xavier for 24 hours. And we were hoping at 3 a.m. that there'd be enough people to tune in to watch us asleep and drooling on our desks.
Yeah. And then we decided to reach out to other people, and everyone we reached out to ended up being involved in one way or another. A lot of them took on stream segments, which was great when we had people all the way around the country, so that the people that were in Singapore, they weren't doing it at 2 a.m. their time. They were doing it at 2 a.m. our time, which helped us immensely. We had folks in Australia, people in England, Scotland, all over the U.S. It was amazing. Far better turnout than we were expecting. Swamp Cat is demanding pets.
Of course she is. But on that same token, we're doing the same thing again this year. The date will be finalized shortly. I'm guessing in the next few weeks we'll actually finalize the date and make it happen. And again, same idea. It's going to be a 24-hour live stream. Right now we're shooting for potentially in around American Thanksgiving, otherwise early in December. It's going to depend on availability, just trying to stay out of December because obviously life gets busy, Christmas and holidays and all that kind of fun stuff. But again, we will doing the same thing. We're going to be streaming for 24 hours. We already have confirmed, well, not in writing, but I know they're good for it because I've been asking people all year. We already have confirmed a number of people, some returning, some new ones as well. So we're in for some surprises. Last year's goal was, which again, thanks to all y'all that watched, when we decided to set a goal of $5,000, I thought, yeah, we're gonna miss by a lot, man, and fail miserably. But we can lean on we don't know what we're doing. This is our first year doing it. Let's hope for the best. You know what? We want to thank you that we never had to pull that card because of you all. We made $7,000, and I was like, holy cow, this worked.
Yeah. So we're aiming bigger this year. Hopefully we'll make it.
I think we will. Mind you, of that $7,000, what you just did a video on almost $2,000 that was made.
Yeah, I made 1,400 just on the make Captain Xavier fire tier a lot. They didn't quite fill the tank, so that's my goal this year is to get tier's tank actually full, which is it holds 2,000 rounds, so that's a lot of donations. Foam Mando has offered to do a live sewing stream. That would be amazing.
No
Showing
way.
how you make your custom tack gear. That would be incredible.
That would be fun, man.
I would watch that. I want to know how you do it.
Yeah, here's the thing. We'll watch him do it because if you and I do it, we need a first aid kit. There'd be some bleeding.
Quite good. I'm quite an accomplished tailor, actually. I've made my
That's right.
before. I just want to know how he does it.
Fair enough. So for me, there'll be a lot of bleeding. It is. I've seen sewing, and yeah, it is a skill, and I can sew in emergencies, but emergency sewing is the best I can call what I do. So yeah, seeing someone else do it proper, I think that'd be very cool to watch, man. That'd be a lot of fun.
We will absolutely take donations with blasters. Ideally new blasters, but
yeah,
as opposed to Goodwill blasters, just because it's for charity. We had a lot of people, the big names, donate stuff out of darts and Silver Fox, and but we will take whatever we can get, obviously.
Which reminds me, so last year one of our big items for the silent auction was one of the rare gold Mark IVs.
Yep.
There were only 20 of them built. So one of those went last year, signed by numerous people. This year, we do not have a gold Mark IV, but we have, and only 30 of them were made, is a Dart Zone red metallic Mark IV.
Yeah, we've got the red gold, shiny red. Also
Yeah,
signed by everybody.
Also signed by everybody. So we do have a red Mark IV signed by everybody that we're giving away. Also, we have the blue Nexus Pro, the first one.
Yeah.
We do have one of those that's been signed by a lot of people too.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my hands on one of those for a member of my crew, so maybe I'll have to donate to the cause and try to win the raffle.
Do you not have a blue Nexus Pro?
No.
All right, we'll have discussions later.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have discussions later. I can see if we can find you one lying in the street, allegedly. But we do have, those are two of the items that we will be giving away. And the other thing, and I still haven't decided yet, I'm still on the fence about it, but I think I'm close. And especially if we get a good turnout for it, I think I'm going to sign my jersey, and I think I'm going to give away my jersey. What do y'all think, man? Would y'all actually pay money to get one of the Al the Geek Mega Double XL jersey? You think we can raise some money on that?
We got the good ones this time, really. The one downside is it was so thick. One of the times I got hit, I couldn't even feel it because it hit my sleeve. Like double layered, and it hit a loose flap. They're like, "Hey, hit! I'm out. All right, thank you."
All right, fine.
I saw the dart come in, but I didn't feel it because puffy sleeves. Which is why I'm glad they had refs calling it so you don't look like a schmuck out there cheating because you can't feel your hits. Nobody wants that.
So you know what we'll do next year, man? We'll just get some tape and tape up your sleeves real tight. That way you don't got some floof that you can be hit. We'll eliminate the floof.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back in the chat. What do we got? We got some questions and comments happening.
People talking about donating stuff, thrifted stuff.
Captain Shotgun, we'll talk. Yeah, I'll be on your show, man. Why not? This will be fun.
Yeah, I was on his. It was fun.
Very cool. We can definitely do that.
Yeah, it'll be good.
So the Mark IV was actually a silent auction item, and I think it actually ended up going for like $500. And I think the Mark IV, yeah, we do know where it went. Yes, I don't know if people want to know, but yeah, that's where it went. The red Mark IV, we haven't decided yet exactly the raffle layout in the silent auction. Part of it's going to depend on what we have available and what we think. Again, we want to try to maximize to make as much money as possible because, again, everything we raise, it goes all to charity. But at the same time, we also want to even it out so you don't feel like, well, not everyone can afford X amount of raffle tickets, and we'll probably have it tiered. But at the same time, even like you're on your low end, if you're doing like just $1, $2 raffle tickets, we still try to throw in a big ticket item so you don't feel like it's like, great, I bought a raffle ticket for $1, and the best thing I won was a Maverick. Like, we try not to do something like that. We always try to spread the wealth. But at the same time, the higher items, if we think it's going to be a demand where we can make some money on it, we are going to put it there. Is it because we're trying to be dicks about it? No. Again, everything we raise, actually, like last year, everything we raised went to Toys for Tots. Same thing's probably going to happen this year. I do believe it's still going to be Toys for Tots. However, it depends on the men behind the curtain where they decide it'll be best to put it and who we're going to give it to. Either way, that's why we do it. We keep none of it. We don't have an administrative cost. It's not like we keep 10%. Yeah, no. It's exactly what's happening today. For free. We make nothing. If anything, we probably lose money. But we like doing it. I know. Well, yeah.
That always had magnets in it.
Oh, that's the other thing I'm going to give away. I forgot about that.
What?
My Moose 1. My black and yellow foam-demic Moose 1, man, because it is beautiful. I did not pay for it. I love it. I'm going to buy another one that I'm going to keep. That way I can give away my Moose 1. So if you want a black and yellow Al the Geek Moose 1, that one's also going to be going up for Foamsgiving.
Nice.
Oh, that's right. And go ahead.
What?
What are you gonna say?
I don't have a moose. I need a moose.
You need a moose because then I also have an elk. So when Moose was down for Maryland Mayhem, he actually gave me one of the elks that he was going to give away, but the person never collected it, so he
Nice.
left it for me, and it's gonna go into Foamsgiving as well. So it's one of his
Nice.
early elks, the short version one. And if you don't know what the elk is or seen it, man, it is a 220 pistol, and it is amazing. Short dart, those hand cannons he makes is just amazing. So that's gonna go up. You know what? That one might be one of the top tier prizes for like a lower raffle tier, which might fit the bill nicely. But again, we haven't determined any of this yet. This is all the ideas. And when Foamsgiving gets announced, as we get close to it, we will put out, excuse me, the tiers, what's available, what you can win, and all the fun stuff. I do believe there's also going to be a go see Captain Xavier in his bunkhouse. He'll just put you to work for a week, and we're going to set the bidding at $1,000, and it goes up from there. Um,
There was talk of a trip to the makerspace.
there we go.
I will probably do the same thing I did last year. I will modify a strike from beginning to end on stream, and then it will get raffled off. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff.
So then, I have thought about doing shoulder pads. The downside with shoulder pads is shipping is not cheap, man.
Yeah.
So
Might have to
even
make
like,
you have to pick it up.
yeah,
Bring it to Maryland Mayhem, and you have to come pick it up.
that would be
bid
ideal.
if you can't come to Maryland Mayhem.
Because like it goes in a big box. Like for example, I'm in Northern Virginia, and shipping it from my house to California it usually costs about $130. So it'll definitely not be international. It'll be the lower 49, but even still, it will be where you live and are you coming to an event? Because then that'd be great if I could hand it off that way. Although this might be a great excuse to make a set of shoulder pads where I will just be an egomaniac and just put Al the Geek on it all over it. It's free anyways. And that way it's my R&D test development where I make an Al the Geek set of shoulder pads. We'll see what it looks like. And it's cool enough. Hey man, what are you worried about? You won it for free.
Yep.
What about you, man? You got some cool stuff. You probably got some wicked stuff that you could put in.
Me?
As
Yeah,
I
I
put
got
you
all
on the
kinds.
spot.
I got loads of stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna build a strife. That's what I'm the best at, and I got bins full of them. Like I said, we'll be doing the build tiers tank. Trying to actually get it completely full this time. See if people are willing to donate to that cause. We may throw, an added bonus of somebody is getting hosed with tier. There we go. We'll hose out the geek.
We still got a hose me for last year.
Getting you and tier in the same place doesn't happen very often.
No. So you know what? When I come in the fall, because I think I got to get hosed by is it by tier or by I gotta get hosed by something, so that might be happening. The smart kind, I think it is.
Yeah, they were paying to get you hosed, which is excellent. I approve of this as a mission statement in general. Yeah.
I think it's going to be good, and yeah, I think I'm going to do shoulder pads. I think I'll do shoulder pads. We'll know as we get closer. as long as I work and money's flowing, then yeah, I can do it.
I gotta do something silly or something big and ridiculous.
Well, let's put it to the chat, man. What do you think? Let's take some ideas. What kind of silly, ridiculous things?
Tier, and I'm making another one of those is tedious. I mean, I could do like a Nemesis build or a Percy's build. By then, well, the rumor is proton packs are going to be back soon. So if we could pair with Out of Darts, I could build something fairly absurd in the proton pack world. If they're willing to donate a proton pack, and I build and donate a blaster, I have to talk to Luke. I'm due to go down and visit him again.
That'd be good. See what he says about that. If I'm able to, so when I come out in October, I'm pretty sure I can come out. What do you think about you and I? This one's the keep, but we can use it as a test bed. Because if we proton pack a Nerf Titan,
the minigun, that minigun,
yeah, because it already spins. It's got the look of it. It's just gunning it and making it in proton pack it. I have 2 or 3 of them.
What we need to be able to do is mount the flywheel cage with a proton pack pusher, but it's already a flywheel blaster. So, I don't know if anyone's made an upgraded cage for that blaster. Anyone in the chat know? Has anyone made a replacement cage for the Titan?
Not yet.
Because
I'm sure if we put the word out,
that it would just be a matter of adding the mounting bracket for the pusher motor, the feed motor for a proton pack. Because building an actual proton pack is ridiculously easier. Making a blaster take a proton pack is a lot easier than you'd think, unless you add features like a built-in compressor and rocket launcher and all the features the smart gun has with being brushless and all that. But just throwing a Jupiter flywheel cage in something and hooking up a hose is remarkably simple. So yeah, that we could definitely make a Nerf Titan take a proton pack to be a poor man's tier.
I'll take that one and do it up nice. That way you got your big fancy one, takes forever one. I'll use that one.
I build it, you paint it.
Do you have any Titans?
Yeah, I got 2 of them, I think.
Okay, because I think I have 2 as well. So beforehand, either bring it with me or ship it to you beforehand. And we'll figure out. If not, we can put out the word of someone to design a cage for it.
Reach out to OFD. OFP?
Somebody.
Somebody out there's got to be making cages. It probably, I assume it's a unique one that I've never used in any other blaster, annoyingly. Worst case scenario, I can crack it open and make one myself. Never tried it, but I'm sure I can figure it out.
Locally, well, you got Xbox and you got and you have Luchasaur.
Xbox, Silver Fox, out of darts. You got a lot of people that are good at designing stuff. Probably take Xbox an hour. That man designs stuff so fast, it's insane.
Dude, which reminds me,
he's got kits for stuff before the blaster comes out. I don't know how he's getting the measurements.
Because he's just that fast.
Guessing.
He has a time machine, I think. But so before I went to Scotland, I put it out because I'd love to get like some kind of collar for an Omnia to therefore put like barrel attachments to it. So I sent it out and asked him. And yeah, I barely got the question out. Like a couple hours later, Al, this is what I got so far. What do you think? I'm like, what the holy cow, man? Which is awesome because then, like for the Omnia, I love adding barrels to it. Just because it just changes the whole dynamic and what the barrel looks like. For decorative purposes, fun purposes, you can put B cars, everything else. And I know he's designed it. I'm not sure if he's put it out yet for it. But yeah, again, the man designed it just like that. So if he's there, I don't know if he's shown up yet. We got to have him on our show too. I don't know why I think he's just been busy on Wednesdays. Isn't that what it is?
Have we not had him on?
No.
Well, that's no good. He lives 15 minutes from here. We could have him on live.
That's what I need. So you know what? Maybe we'll shoot for the next one. We'll have Xbox live in your shop.
Yeah, just bring him to my shop. Just have him come by for lunch.
There you go.
Someone
sent a message.
Living in my Mega XL hammer shop.
You can tell you've been using that often.
So I'm pretty sure that's which one this is. Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't work, so he's welcome to stay there. I did have to take a spider out recently, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
When he first showed up, it was on my porch. Big old orb weaver, black and yellow spider. You liked him. He was in your colors. But he was a big old spider.
Wow.
but it was on the porch and it was outside. It wasn't in my walking way. It was fine. I was fine. I saw him. I was like, okay, just try not to walk into the web, and I won't have him on my face, and I'll be okay. And then later that day, I looked back, and there was just a hole in the middle of his web, and I figured either a bird or a bat or something had gone through and gotten him. But apparently they missed because he simply relocated to my doorway, my front doorway. So I opened the front door to get a package from UPS, and the spider is just there. Like, when you were just outside, it was fine. But this is a provocation.
Yes, it is.
This is an act of war. So I went and I got Sting. I have a blaster that I have named Sting because it is the blaster I specifically use to kill spiders. It is a Manzan Miscreant. It hits 260 FPS, and I splattered them all over my porch. There was nothing left but legs, and some goo. And he knows what he did. He knows why.
And with that, Captain Xavier has reclaimed his doorway.
No. It does tell you how much of a hermit I am that the spider managed to build a massive web across my door without me noticing. Should probably get out of the house more.
Just a little bit, maybe. Just maybe a little bit. Maybe when I'm there, I'm going to hook up like an alarm system that I can remotely hit a button from here, and all of a sudden, bang, 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 and I won't turn it off until you get your ass outside the door for at least 2 minutes, and then I'll turn off the alarm so you can come back in again.
Swamp Cat does that for me already. Drags me outside when I'm in too long.
Oh, we'll get you a shot collar. That was just.
Yeah, for the best.
What could possibly go wrong with something like that?
Yeah.
By the way, so while I was in Scotland, I was talking again to Alan Glaswell, and when I was talking to him, he was because he did make it over to a U.S. event, and it was to end war, and I think it was 2018 or 16. Don't quote me on that, but that was the last time he did it. And so we were talking about it, and he's like, I really got to make it out to one again. So, of course, which one do you think I told him he should go to?
I missed the question. What?
When I was in Scotland talking to Alan Glaswell.
Yep.
And he's going to come over. He's going to try to shoot to come to the U.S. next year for an event. Of all the events, which one do you think he's coming to?
I think Maryland Mayhem.
Correct. Also, that's the one I pitched, but I didn't have to pitch it because that's the one he's like, seems that everyone's coming to. I said, yeah, you got to come out for that one. So he's going to try to make it happen. It depends, but at least it's on his radar. And again, we should do the same thing. Even though it's going to be, again, probably next April, and you think, well, that's next year. It's like 7 months away. It rolls up on you so much faster than you think. And
it does.
If you want to go,
early in the year, you're not expecting it. Like, what do you mean it's next week? It's currently January. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So if you're planning an events next year, plan now. Try to at least make a mental note of them. If you got a budget, start budgeting it, because the last thing you want to be is like next year rolls up and say, man, shoulda, coulda, woulda, and I can't. Now, I get it. Sometimes life happens, and because life happens, you won't be able to do it. But let's face it, a lot of these events, what happens? You happen because you dumbassed it, and that's why you're not coming. So this is a public service announcement. Don't dumbass it, man. Plan now. Come out to these events. They're so much fun.
Get your tickets early. The earlier you get your tickets, the cheaper they are.
It is, man. Finding places to go, where you're going to stay, stuff like that. Like, here's a good example. We have CR Nerf. CR Nerf, he came out, drove all the way from Iowa, which is what, about 372 hours drive, or condensed into 16. Point is, he came out for it, and we got to meet him, see a lot of people. Next thing you know it, he's coming out to like events at Fan Expo and stuff like that. It's the connections you make with people where it's you just gotta make it work. You gotta make it happen. Don't be afraid to come out. You come in this chat room, you talk to people, we talk to everyone else, and start budging it. I've now coined a phrase. Thank you, Jaeger. Yeah, don't get old and have a brain tumor. You can't pronounce right, and you just sound stupid. You got to budging it. Budgie it. But anyways, my point is, dare to come out to the events. You will not regret it. You will have so much fun. Maryland Mayhem is one I'm going to for sure, and probably will sponsor it as well. Next year, the big one I'm going to go out to, which we all wanted to this year, but it just didn't work, is going out to Survival Fest. Wherever that is next year, or whenever that is, I'm going to go to that one because that one was so much fun. Also, Cap's going to go to it, and oh yeah, it is a lot of fun. So it's like, I know we're in September, but let's face it, man. Like Rag is 3 weeks away. Just like that, it's happening. Same thing's gonna happen with Maryland Mayhem. It's gonna be like, oh my god, what do you mean, man? Winter just happened, and now I got to go somewhere. Plan for it, budget it. As I learn to speak English somewhat, budget for it. Like, I'd love to go out in the UK for what's the one in the UK called? Nerf.
Foamfest is their big event.
That's the one. I'd love to do that one year. Am I going to plan to do it next year? I don't know. We'll see how the year plays out. It depends. Because again, same thing. We got Fan Expo happening next year too. So Fan Expo with Dart Zone, again, I think they're going to be possibly 6 to 8 locations. As they know, we'll let you know. And if you can come out to one of those, it's so much fun. So if you want to do it, start paying attention now and start budgeting for it, because it comes up on you quick.
What month is Maryland Mayhem? April?
April. It should be April, yeah.
April.
I wouldn't be surprised if after, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised like after Rag, sometime in late October to early November, they'll probably come out until they make the date official. They probably already know it. They just haven't made it official yet. I'll find out from this weekend.
This year I got a bunch of friends that are going down. They're some of them are on the competitive team. They're on the Fox Ups team. They've actually been doing practice and drill and hoping to actually put up a decent showing this year.
That won't be too bad.
Foamfest is definitely an event I would be willing to build a trip around again. Though if I do, I'm gonna start with Foamfest instead of ending with Foamfest. That way, I'll still have some energy and social battery left. Last time I went 2 weeks of traveling Europe, having not traveled Europe in like 15 years. And so by the time I got to Foamfest, I was just dead to the world and just kind of sat in a coma in a corner while people came up and wanted to interact with me. And I was like, bang. Mistakes were made, lessons were learned. So I plan to fly into England, do Foamfest, and then do my tour of Europe. This time I might bring Sergeant Deplorable with me again. It's definitely better to travel Europe with a friend.
He is definitely becoming your travel partner, whether he wants to or not.
Yeah. Well, we want to go, since we saw the victory last year, the next time we go to Europe together, we want to see Waterloo. So we got to go to Belgium.
Oh, no. You got to go to Belgium.
The worst, yeah. Which is real easy to get to from England. So that's handy. And we're much better versed in how trains work now.
By the way, hit the train station in Glasgow, the one right there downtown, the main one, man. And it is like straight out of every movie you've ever seen, the whole platform. Again, I went with two of my buddies who were both big train people. And so I was just enjoying, and they did, and up and down the platform of the trains and the people and the plaques. And it's like, this is so much fun. Although we did a very American thing. My buddy walked in, he goes, come on. I said, dude, but we're in Scotland. He goes, shut up, let's go. And we walked into Krispy Kreme, and he bought half a dozen donuts.
I was going to say, did you go to a McDonald's?
No, we drove by it.
My trip in 2022, when I went to Europe, I made it a point to go to McDonald's in every country I went to. I tried to. I think I missed one.
Oh my!
And I tried to find the item that was unique to that country, because every country had something that only their McDonald's have, and yeah,
Like in Glasgow, I see. Yeah, how
that's
weird is that? Actual beef patties
actual
in
meat.
yeah, real beef, not just beef parts. But I actually did hit a Tim Hortons because I had a Tim Hortons in Scotland, and I went to it. Coffee was okay, but I did a double take because I was looking at the menu, and that is the first time, and it was a Tim Hortons full on. First time I was looking at the menu, and again, born and raised in Canada, and all my Canadians can verify that is the first time I saw a double bacon cheeseburger on the on the menu for Tim Hortons.
Yeah,
What?
is that not something they would normally have? I've never been in a Tim Hortons.
It'd be like going to Dunkin' Donuts and asking for a bacon double cheeseburger.
Oh, I see. See, I always assumed that Tim Hortons was a character from a Dr. Seuss book, so I didn't have any frame of reference.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. Horton, here's a who.
Horton here's the who. We got who in our ears talking to us. You can't even hear him. Yeah, supposedly there's actually or at least there was at one point, an A&W root beer in Glasgow.
Oh.
Which is odd because Europe in general does not like root beer because it's apparently a very acquired taste. I agree, but the flavor, the original thing, root sarsaparilla, was originally taken back to Europe for medicinal purposes. So it's a flavor they put in things like cough syrup and cold medicine, and so they don't want to drink it recreationally. They think it's too sweet.
Oh,
but apparently in Scandinavia, there's a bubblegum flavor that's very similar to root beer.
Huh.
They sent me some. They weren't wrong. I'm like, oh yeah, no, this tastes like root beer. Huh. Yanka,
so my buddy had ordered a ginger ale at one of the Italian restaurants we were in, and it was a ginger beer from Australia, and wow, was it good, man! So yeah, not an alcoholic because it's ginger ale. It starts with a V. I have it upstairs because he Amazoned it to my house
and in my fridge. Bundaberg.
Yeah. Yes, that stuff is great, man.
I've had Bundaberg root beer. I've had Bundaberg ginger, and it burns on the way down. It's a good burn, but it burns.
It does, man.
Skip on the ginger.
But I was surprised. I was like, "Holy cow! I like this." So I still have 3 more, but I think I'll be making sure that my my beverage fridge is always has a few of those hidden in there as well.
Yeah, it's a weird stubby little bottle too.
Yes, and when you pull it, when you open it, you pull it, and it kind of pulls in a V, and then the whole thing pops off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
had me some Bundaberg.
Oh my God, yeah. I did hit some thrift stores. Again, one of my niece was with me, and she's a thrifting queen. So followed her into a couple of the thrift stores, and it's funny. I'm like, is this a thrift store, or it almost looks too nice to be a thrift store? And yeah, there was no ubiquitous Maverick. Also, no bread makers. It was a lot of like, yeah. It's just.
Yeah, I've had Stewart's. Stewart's is a good root beer.
But yeah, no blasters. But then again, the places we were more tourist oriented, but no blasters, not even toys in the thrift stores that I frequented. While in, where were we? One was in, what's the name of that town? Pator. I'm gonna butcher, so I'm gonna try it. And then another one while we were in St. Andrews.
I got to go to a thrift shop when I was in the Netherlands, and they said that they had never seen a Nerf blaster there before, but they keep going hoping. And we went there and we found 3.
Oh,
and I bought one of them and smuggled it home.
I'm starting to believe that you pay people to deposit these beforehand. That way, when you show up, and like even when you came to my house, suddenly we go everywhere, and you're looking at me like, "Well, there's everywhere." I'm like, "Whatever, man. Like, come on." Cap is clearly paying people to put these and plant these just to make the rest of us look bad. That way, he always has coverage. I have no proof, but damn it, that's what's happening. That's my story.
Of my older thrift videos. Like, he's not really buying these. He's like, yeah. And so I did do one that was a gag video where I bought someone's collection, but we made it look like we had bought them at a thrift store. But we just kept showing different clips of the same thrift store, but from different angles. And I opened the video by telling them this is a lie. Nothing you're about to see is true. And then we made the video. And about halfway through, you realize, oh.
He is messing with us. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I can verify. I've been to the compound. Trust me. He buys them. Either that or...
You get people that complain that I buy all the Nerf and there's nothing for the poor children. So, there's no winning.
Not even close, man. Like, wait. Ready? How many blasters are sold annually, globally?
Millions.
71 million. Trust me, there is plenty to go around, man.
One video I never got around to doing. I wish I had done it. Is going to a thrift, going to a Goodwill the moment it opens. Show up as they're unlocking the front door, and show what's in it, and like buy everything on the shelf, whether I want it or not. And then go back in at the end of the day and show what new blasters they've already put out, because they restock the Goodwills constantly around here anyway. That is one thing I have come to accept, having gone to the west or the East Coast now and seen your Goodwills. Yeah, no, they're not as good as the ones I have up here. You've been to the ones up here and have seen the difference.
Oh my God, yes.
And I don't know if that's just because Goodwill is more prevalent here. I mean, there's plenty of Goodwills on the East Coast. But from what I understand, it's just not the main thrift chain like it is here. It's a lesser chain. There's another thrift chain that's the big one back east, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know. The big one up, like here, when you talk to everyone, it is Goodwill, but I don't know. I don't know if it's just because there are other chains. I do not know what it is.
They only, because of my Goodwill videos, that's the only thrift chain they're familiar with.
Yeah.
Who knows? And there may not be a big one. It might just be that most of the stuff goes to, local church, secondhand stores or just small local shops. Because there's plenty of those around here, too.
Yeah.
But in general, we have Value Village is another big chain around here. Which is apparently Savers in other places. I think that's the same company. Some places it's called Savers, other places it's called Value Village.
Yep.
And I'm sure there's different ones in different parts of the country, but Goodwill is ubiquitous. But that doesn't mean it. But it's a franchise kind of thing. So, like the Goodwills down in Portland are a completely different company essentially than the ones up in Seattle. So they've got different pricings and different rules and different ways of organizing, and from one Goodwill to another, you'll find one place where all the Nerf blasters are 99 cents, and the next one they want $20 for a $10 blaster. Then that's just because it's a different franchise. The rules on books are also different. Up in the Seattle area, if you buy 10 or more, all of them are 25% off. That's not the case in the ones down in Portland. So yeah.
It's
and definitely, my videos and other people doing thrifting videos definitely hasn't helped the pricing in the Goodwills, because now more people know about it, and so there's essentially more demand, which then allows Goodwill to increase their prices, which capitalism.
I tell you. So I remember at the Goodwill by my house, I was talking to a couple people in the back, and I'm not sure if this is company policy or if he was doing whatever. But he said specifically that location that they would filter out a lot of the Nerf blasters and they would have them destroyed just because of various, I don't know what it is. And I was like, I don't know if you're pulling my leg or not, but I wouldn't doubt in certain areas, depending on where you are, just because of fear of gun culture, that they may pull them or not put them out as much or distribute them elsewhere or have them destroyed.
Value Village, for a while there, they implemented a policy of no toy guns of any kind. They have since rescinded that. It just, I don't know if there was backlash or they just realized it wasn't worth the effort. But Value Village now has Nerf blasters again, so Value Village also will in fact have Lego. which Goodwill sells all of their Lego online, either through eBay or through Goodwill Shop Goodwill online.
Because they know how much
And
money
sell
they can make off of it.
by like 20. Yeah, it's just much. They can sell it auction style and make a lot more money on, and they sell it like 25 pounds at a time. Which I don't need more bulk Lego. I have 3 bins of bulk Lego I still haven't gotten around to sorting. I should do that.
On the list. Things that Cap should do. This.
Yeah. sort bulk Lego.
Oh my God, yes.
Some of my bins are rapidly reaching capacity. It just means I need to build more stuff, clearly.
Yes.
Big stuff.
You should try selling some of the stuff off, man.
Now.
No.
Under no circumstance. Actually, there is a good chance that the big ship that I need to build for the Battle of Trafalgar, that one I may actually end up selling. There was actually somebody who had wanted to commission me to build this ship, but I was not in a position to do it at the time for a variety of reasons. And now I'm going to end up building the ship anyway, purely by coincidence, honestly.
Clearly.
It really was just a matter of when I was looking at which ships would be in the section of the battle we wanted to do. Of the 6 ships, one of them was the one he wanted me to build. And I was like, no, it can't have been. There's no way that much of a coincidence would actually. Nope, that's where that ship was. That's where that ship went down. It actually survived the battle, heavily damaged, and then they scuttled it. It wasn't a very good ship.
No, that'll happen. I definitely want to. I want to go to more warships. It's amazing how many are like moored like as museum ships all over. World War I, World War II, and even older ships. I realized. So when we were
driving distance of the USS Constitution, man, I want to see that one in a dirty way.
Oh, where is it? It's
I assume Massachusetts, but it could be true. What?
It's in the Boston Harbor.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Fan Expo next year, if it ends up at Boston, we're gonna go and we'll purposely plan a trip to the harbor to go see it since we're there.
Yeah. If you're ever in England again, you should definitely go see the Victory. It's a thing to see.
What was the other warship they had there also in London? It was a World War II ship that's also moored there. I never made it to when we were there, but there's also a World War II ship that's also there right in the river. Jaeger collects. Come on, man, help me. I know there's a warship right there on the Thames as a museum ship, or at least it was, or have I just hit my head too many times? Which is also a possibility. Also a strong possibility.
For cats can.
Like, for example, I need to go see an Iowa class battleship, either the New Jersey or the Missouri. And all 4. Wait, are all 4 museum ships now? The New Jersey is. I'm not sure if the Iowa is. The Missouri is out in
recommissioned one.
Recommission, not recommission, but kind of brought it back up to somewhat, but not full on. Because then the problem with that one is, there, Jaeger's going to Google it for me. The HMS Belfast. Yeah, there it is. The HMS Belfast is on the Thames in London. And I think it's a cruiser. Now I got to Google it. Man. Well, someone will Google it. But anyways, yes. Things like that.
That's horrible.
Who, what?
One of the people in the comments said someone stole most of their Lego when they were moving. That's
what the hell, man? That's dirty. Come on, man. People, you're killing me, man.
Boxes and boxes of Lego, you say? Well, I've got a good home for them.
Yeah, the New Jersey. Yeah, the Iowa class ships, man. They were they've all been decorated pretty heavily. Big old bacon and beer. There we go. Town class light cruiser. Yeah. So again, growing up in Toronto, right there down by the lake shore, you have the Canadian National Exhibition, and for years also parked there. I remember when we used to go with my cousins, we'd always like hit the exhibition, and part of that was also they had the what is it? They moved it to Hamilton, Ontario, but they did have a Canadian warship, and it was a destroyer from World War II that you could go up and all around because it was part of the whole CNE pass that you can actually hit that warship. And I remember doing it all when I was a kid, and I remember that when I was like, all right, let's go see. What do you mean you moved it, man? You can't move it a whole city over. Boo. But I think it's because they didn't want to pay for it anymore. So a different township paying it, started, whatever it is. But it's like, man, come on. You're killing me here. Which is, I think we should do. Speaking of warships, and we should go back to foam flinging. If anyone has a large ship, whether it be, it doesn't have to be a warship, but if anyone has a large ship that we can bring our collection to and then mount various blasters off the rail and then have a floating, a floating foam juggernaut, I think that'd be so much fun.
That would be a lot of fun. We've always wanted to do proper naval battles. The big problem would be, of course, losing all of our darts and having them all over their ship. But
yes. Although, what if we rented a pool? If we rented a pool and everyone had like canoes and kayaks.
Yeah, just get some wakeboards, paddleboards. Just dinging it up.
Yeah.
One of the theme park in Idaho called Silverwood. One of the attractions they used to have were battle boats. They were these 2-person boats that fired like squash balls. They both had there was a turret that fired them, and then the driver also had a gun that fired forward. And you fired them at each other, and there were targets on the ships. If you hit the other side's target, it would disable their gun and flash noises. And then there were targets hanging above the water that looked like bombs that people on the outside could fire cannons at that fired these squash balls. And if you hit the bomb, it would make up a huge gout of water go up like a bomb had just hit the water. And you could try to hit the boats with them and soak the boats. And I really wish I could get my hands on one of those boats and make it fire Nerf.
Oh my God. Actually, on the same token, thinking about that, so then because you have the space for it and you're a little more rural than I am, Facebook Marketplace, could you find a small dune buggy or go-kart that we could just tank the hell out of?
Well, my golf cart is unfortunately currently not working. I need to get it repaired. Yeah, I've considered getting go-karts. I've actually considered one day putting in a racetrack on one of the one flat section of my property, to do battle bikes or little battle dune buggies.
I think that'd be a lot of fun, man. So I think, well, Andrew, aka Dart Sweep, he's been he's been all over Facebook Marketplace since he's moved his place, and he's turned his house into quite the den where I was bugging him. Now it looks like a Dave and Buster's how many arcade games a man gets, and it's not because he's paying top dollar. He is Facebook marketplacing where he's getting some great deals on things, and it's like, all right, ships don't make sense, but like, come on, man. There are people that can thrift and Facebook Marketplace really good. We got to be able to find some kind of motorized buggy or dune buggy or go-kart for cheap where we're not dumping a lot of cash, and then we could we got to Mad Max that, man. Come on. You got the space for it, dude.
I would love to be able to like rent out the Afterworlds area because he's got roads, and that would be a heck of a place. You can't do it during Afterworlds because it would be too dangerous. But if that was a dedicated event and you were willing to pay the insurance.
Mm-hmm. But still, I think if we get you, especially now, we'll just get you another trailer so you can then have the dune buggy of death, the Road Warrior thing that you can bring it also. to different events, and never mind just ripping around just around your house.
I keep seeing ads on Facebook for miniature Willie's Geeks.
Oh,
2 of those would be pretty hilarious.
See, something like that, man. How cool! All right, I gotta. Andrew, is Andrew in here? He's been Facebook Marketplace. No, wait a minute. I know who. I'm gonna book my friend Emma. She finds everything, man, and I'm gonna put her on the case, and she'll find me something. I don't need a car. That's too big, but something smaller would be great.
That'll be another option. Buy a couple of old used Geo Metros. Then it would be big enough you could, cut a hole in the roof and put a turret up there.
You know what's funny? Because I think back to the 80s. I think it was in the 80s or was it the 90s, where it was like, I can't remember which car company it was, probably GM, where they had imported the Yugo. And it was like, buy a Cadillac now and you can get a Yugo as well. 2 months later, buy a Cadillac, I will give you a free Yugo.
Yeah. Hey, I've built several blasters that mounted to wheelchairs. I did 2 builds for Magic Wheelchair, and I've done a couple of other powered wheelchair. The first was the Owen tank, of course. If you look up Owen tank on YouTube, you can find it. I've done a couple of other ones where I mounted like a nemesis to somebody's wheelchair because the father was developing ALS and he knew he wasn't going to be able to continue to play Nerf Wars with his son. So as a Christmas present, they commissioned me to build that so they could strap it to his wheelchair. It can definitely be done.
Dude, especially and especially with the potential of proton packs coming back, man, and now you have a vehicle. My God, the hopper, and you can do it with a couple of different ones. Like, if you feel, obviously, the interesting thing, like 2 on the sides like this. Never mind trying to set one up where it's on the hood but off center to the right like this, and at the same time have an aerial one like back over here, so you can have it, especially if we have a launcher where it's just kind of like a mortar peppering the field, and you bring that to Bourse, dude, or anything like that where you have somewhat of an outdoor field, ripping that around.
Yeah, my Dr. Pugh built one that mounted to his head. He had a proton pack that mounted to his head that could fire either straight forward or straight backwards with the flip of a switch.
See what I mean, man? That'd be something pretty cool, man. Oh, we have ideas. I like this. In the comments, man. Everyone have any ideas, man? Anything more? Throw them out. Clearly, we're onto something here. We're gonna build a foam-flinging cart of death.
There's some good comments. I would love to build a dual arm-mounted proton blaster. I've got ones where it mounts 1 to each arm, but I'd like to build one where it's 2 blasters on 1 arm, so that your other arm is free to use to pick up stuff, but then have one with just 2 Jupiters, under-mounted that both feed the proton packs, and just double firepower.
I think like this is like up and down good, but I think like this would be better. One like
I would
that,
go
one like that.
2 underneath, but that's just me, because that's the traditional storm bolter.
That makes sense.
Orc.
Point is, 2 like this.
Yeah, no, Dr. Pugh is definitely an orc because he just beats at it until it works, and then you ask him to explain it, and he's not entirely sure how he got it working. I mean, the man made a semi-automatic Centurion and a semi-automatic Fortnite grenade launcher.
Yes, he did.
Made a select fire Infinus, where the loading mechanism still works. He has a fully automatic HPA Buzzbeater Adventure Force Crusher.
That's right. That's what he brought to your house when we were there.
Yeah, he used an HPA piston to prime and fire a Crusher. So it's still belt fed. It's still got a rotating barrel. It's just HPA. Absolute madness.
Yeah, we got to build a vehicle, dude. It'll be based off a scooter.
What time is it? Are we getting close?
9:21 here. We still got about 40 minutes or less, depending how we go.
I think we might.
You're
I think we might call it here in about 9 minutes.
What's wrong? You tired or hungry, dude?
Hungry, and Swamp Cat is demanding food as well.
Oh, look at that.
I'm out of things to talk about. Nerf mega minigun. A mega minigun would be awesome.
Yes. Even a short dart minigun, man. I was thinking that today.
You know, miniguns are supposed to be high caliber. That's my argument. Yeah.
It is, but at the same time, how it's the same. Well, all the miniguns that you have, they're all rival, because otherwise, how do you feed that many rounds into it properly?
Exactly. That's the issue.
downside.
Though, I mean, obviously the Moab exists, but that's a $5,000 blaster that breaks after every third use.
Yes.
But it's absolutely incredible because it functions like an actual M134 or whatever the minigun is.
Oh my God, yeah. That thing was ridiculous.
The problem is there's a reason an actual minigun is made out of hardened steel and titanium and not 3D printed plastic.
I don't know what you're talking about. What could possibly be the problem?
Found some more root beer. Well, send it to me. Mail me the root beer. I will never say no to being mailed root beer that I've never had.
Oh, look at that. Everyone likes post
Real
office root beer.
silly shell firing ogre. Ooh, I would love to convert my ogre to take silly shells. That would be
That wouldn't be too bad.
especially if they also made it so the pump is underneath instead of on top. I never understood that design choice.
Yeah. I can't remember why, but Mega belt fed light machine. Oh wow.
Yeah, there are a couple of
That
people
wasn't too
who
bad.
I've seen a couple of belt fed things where they like they made the Strata Stormhawk or Storm whatever, the big one with the deploying barrel.
Yep.
Then usually
Oh, yeah,
took
that
a
one.
the one that usually took a slide. They made a segmented slide, so it acts like a belt. I think
Oh,
people have
wow.
also taken the Mastodon and made it belt fed just by replacing the drum with a rotation mech, a belt mech.
That makes sense. Because you got it all there. Mega
Domo's
minigun
designing
currently.
Mega. That does not surprise me that Domochevsky is
Oh my
making a
God.
Mega minigun. That sounds like
Seriously.
exactly the sort of lunacy that man would design. The Yeet Hammer is awesome. I very much like my Yeet Hammer.
I gotta get one. I don't have one yet. I've been
I'm
busy,
hoping they
though. Last 2
continue to
weeks, I
make
got
stuff
nothing.
that takes the silly shells just because it's nice having a standard shell. And it
And,
has so much versatility.
and it's a reliable shell too. It always fires, always functions well. Easy to
Yeah, I
fit.
haven't had a
Yada
problem
yada.
with any of the shells that I've loaded on it or used it with. I've got a bunch of blasters that take them now, like 3 or 4. 3. I think I've got 3.
2. I gotta check, man, because I haven't. Yeah, I'm behind on buying stuff.
Yeah, the Mastodon would be a good heavy bolter. That would be a good just frame to start with, and then, make it look like a heavy bolter, but then, feed it from a proton pack just so you have the infinite ammo.
Yes, please. Infinite ammo would be good.
Flexible delinking belt. Yeah, the delinking is the key.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've wanted to rewire an Infinus forever. It's just a matter of protecting the reloading circuit so it doesn't get fried, which really is not a difficult. You just have to put in a voltage regulator or whatever the other term is for the thing that reduces the voltage.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying. I was about to say something stupid, so I'll just stop.
Yeah.
Not a resistor.
No, actually, you can use a resistor. That would be one way to do it.
There we go. I said something. Woo!
You just have to have the right number of them in the right sequence, and yeah, you can lower the voltage that way.
Which I have no idea about, so I do not. I have no idea about, man. Again, for those watching at home, man, if you haven't already, please like the live stream. Register to worldfoamalliance.com. Sorry, worldfoamalliance.org.
Or,
Either way,
or
thank you.
and tell all your
Register
friends
over
about
there.
us.
Tell
Tell your
all your
enemies about us.
friends. Tell your
Tell your
enemies about us.
Tell random
Tell,
people at the grocery store.
tell your postman about us. He needs to
Tell your
know.
waiter at the restaurant, the cashier at McDonald's.
Tell the milkman that brings milk to your house about us.
Yeah.
Wait, what year am I
Have him
living
tell
in?
Yeah. Whose was in my yard?
No. Oh, interesting enough. So when we were in Chicago, yeah, in Chicago, I had one woman come up and she was looking for a well, she needed a blaster because she was attending a very large foam war on the Sunday. This was on the Friday or Saturday, and as a result of it, um, well, obviously because it's the Dart Zone booth, we had a bunch of things up. Anyway, she ended up buying an Omnia because she figured she needed it. Because I said, well, what kind of war is this? She goes, well, I'm going to be facing off against a bunch of my followers. I'm like, oh, you have social media? Well, yeah. I said, all right. So what do you need? She goes, well, I need a lot of mags. Well, how many mags? Well, how many does it come with? 2. I need more than that. Okay, 6, 10. I need more. I ended up selling her another 30 mags.
That's a good
That
start.
she bought. Oh my God, yes. So you bought an Omnia plus 10 of the 3-pack mags, which are on sale. And she said, do you have
Did you
darts? I
get
said,
her
no, we do not.
name? Did you get her info? Is there a video I can go watch? Warrior women are hot. I want to see the footage.
Oh my God, yeah, I got it. I'll send it to you. But she does oh, is it Call of Duty? I will you'll have to follow my Facebook and not my Facebook. Oh, come on now. On my TikTok, and I'll send you the link for it. But I know I'm losing it. But she does it. It's I can't remember the name of the character. No, she's always dressed up as Ghost. And all her TikToks is Ghost. She has about 54,000 followers now. But it was funny. She came back on the Saturday in full gear, which was very cool. And she is looking forward to different events. And then we'll probably because the closest ones to where she is in Florida, even though she was out in Chicago. I don't know why. But it's events like that where it's obviously trying to get more women into the hobby because we are a friendly space for women, and she is clearly a badass, so it'll be a lot of fun. So I'll see if I can talk her into coming out to Mayhem as well. Because like, all right, if you're this far in, man, you got to come to Mayhem.
Absolutely.
I think her name is Entice, Entice on the TikTok.
I'll have to look it up.
I can't look it up now because I'm using my phone to stream this event. So unless y'all want to watch me poke this with my finger like this.
We're a minute from 6:30, and I've got to go do stuff. So we may be calling it here in a minute. Or Al can stay on for the rest of the half hour and yap at y'all and answer your questions.
I'll stay on for a little bit more, but that way, if you got to bail, dude, I get it. You got to bail.
Cool. Well, I am indeed going to call it an evening. This has been delightful. We'll make sure we get a guest next time. I know Captain Shotgun has put his name in the hat to eventually be on the show. We'll have to work him in the schedule.
Oh my God, yes.
Because I streamed on his channel. You should go stream on his channel. He can come stream on our channel. Grow the hobby one YouTube channel at a time.
Yes, we can. All right, go do stuff. Get out of here, man. Get off my lawn. Come on.
Prevent my sister from taking over my house.
Good luck. You failed.
It's already too late. There's no.
Yeah, I know. Get out of here. Go. Get out of here.
Take care, everyone. Join the World Foam Alliance.
Yes, do what he says. And then there was one. Perfect. Now that he's gone, now we can all, this will be the airing of grievances. So, number one, first thing that bothers me about Cap. Wait, I don't have any. All right, never mind. You all can do the same thing, but if you start trashing Cap, we're going to kick you out. He is my buddy. Ha! So yeah, then there was me. I guess I could do a couple of things here, right? I could go into what Anthony Maritime Foam has been doing, kind of like a fireside chat. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, again, he is part of the World Foam Alliance, and Anthony's good people. If you have the chance to meet him or talk to him, you will not regret it. But lately, he's been kind of doing like off the cuff discussions in terms of things that he feels about the hobby, but at the same time, how what he'd like to see in the hobby, how the hobby has affected life in general, and not just reviews. So it's been an interesting take, and I clearly sees that he's enjoying doing it and must be getting some positive feedback about it because he continues so. Because I've been gone, I haven't been able to talk to him off the record about it, but I definitely want to find out about it. But like, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts when people like that do that, where it's kind of like not just the latest greatest in terms of what blasters to do, what to buy, tactics, but when you get someone like that that just kind of stops, pauses, and then has almost like a real conversation just about the effects of the hobby and what he does on life in general. Do you guys like that kind of thing? Do you think it's kind of weird? Do you think in moderation it's good? I'm pretty sure we'll have answers all across the board, but I think I like it. It's a different approach, and it's at the same time it kind of it makes a person more real. You get to know them a little bit better, and not just like a persona or a thing that you're staring at on the screen where it's like, well, we know what we're going to do next. It just, I guess, makes the person more real, more tangible, more relatable. So I am a fan of it until he goes off the rails and starts talking about weird stuff. Then I promise to intervene, and we'll make sure that he doesn't go postal. So, but right now he's still good. So I think it's good. If he tunes in right now, he's going to say, "Thanks, Al. What are you talking about?" I don't know. I'm also rambling because sometimes I can ramble as well, which wouldn't be too bad. But for those that are still watching and listening, feel free to drop comments and questions. But at the same time, comment where you think you're going to be if there are events that you're planning to go to next year. Let me know which ones you want to go to. That'd be a lot of fun. Let's see. What do we got? James, I've been enjoying those vids for sure. Brother, same. And that's the thing. Anthony is very much Anthony. When he's on, it's not like it's a different persona when you meet him in person and it's like, yeah, you are nothing like your videos. That's exactly who he is. Even Captain Xavier, and I know many of you have met him. When you talk to him in person, this is really him. He amps it up just a little bit for the show, but in real life, man, yeah, this is him. Mind you, there might be a little more cussing involved. Allegedly, I can neither confirm nor deny those remarks. Yep, Widget Build, same thing. I've appreciated his chatting videos. I think there is a good thing. Same. I gotta like it. Wolf, I feel like he's doing what a lot of cosplayers fail to do at times, and what I mean by that is that it's actually him instead of a persona, like you said. Yeah, that's I guess you can see it, especially when you're doing a lot of social media or online. It almost feels more. It can easily turn more fake, turn into more of a job instead of being like the real you. But at the same time, I guess the challenge is if your success through social media, through YouTube, or everything else is because of a character or persona you created, then you're almost kind of bound by that, where you have to continue to deliver on that. Otherwise, you won't get the ratings you have, well, especially if it's like your full-time gig, and you got to keep your numbers up to therefore make the money that you're making. And again, not all YouTubers are rich millionaires. Some of them, it's like, all right, this is my full-time job, and this is how I pay the bills, my mortgage, and my rent. So I guess it's an easy way where you're kind of bound by having to do it, but it's your persona and it's not the real you, and you almost kind of lose yourself, I guess. So being able to see like the real side of some people, it's I think it's an easier way to connect with people. Unless you do create a wicked persona and character that sells. A lot of the time I think when people watch, the ones you enjoy more are the ones that you're able to connect with more, because then what they're doing seems much more natural, much more relatable, and therefore much more watchable. At least that's my opinion. It's not the only thing. It can be many things, but yeah, I think that something. I'm gonna stop my rambling about that now. Let's see, Jaeger. I will be at Foam Fest next year. Foam Fest will be nice. Foam Fest, I'm going to. Man, I cannot promise that. Yeah, didn't I just lecture about budgeting? You should budget plan now. Right now, I cannot do that. I'd love to do that. We'll see how the year plays out. And it all depends on where I'm at. But if I can swing it, I will swing it, but no promises on that one. The two for sure that I'm going to be doing is Maryland Mayhem, obviously, because of my backyard. And it will probably be also Survival Fest, which Pennsylvania is still not that far for me. So it's two ones I can confidently say yes. Next year, since this year it's not going to happen unless something magical happens in the next 2 weeks, next year I'm going to try to actually go to Ragnar Oktoberfest. That is one I'd love to check out and see. I know it's a lot of fun. And I just got to commit and do it. This year, because I just got back from a Scotland Inquiry tour, never mind the traveling I've been doing for conventions, it's been a heavy travel year. So I am trying to keep that back into check. Not because I would love to go to Ragnar Oktoberfest. That'd be great. Probably not this year. Yeah. Oh, unless money starts falling from the heavens, then yeah, we'll do that. But we shall see. We shall see. Again, let you know that Foamsgiving will be coming up. And again, we're going to be planning a bigger and better deal if we can. 24-hour live stream, raising money. There will be live auctions. There will be silent auctions. There'll be raffles. As we get closer, I know already various people have promised things. When we have that list, we will put it out there, and we'll just try to make it bigger and better. So that is coming up. Otherwise, development still continues on the website. We're not where we want to be, but we will soon be because we know it's necessary. But again, it's like I tell everyone, it's amazing how much we're able to accomplish without a budget. We have gotten this far just because we've lucked out where we have a great core of people that everyone knows what they can do. Everyone commits to how they can contribute. And this is why we made it as far as we have made it. Now, are we at the end in terms of how far we can go? Not even close, man. Not even close. We have big ideas. We have big plans, and we have the capabilities of doing it. Time is always a factor, but we figure it out, and we will make it happen. So again, we are not on the timeline that we would love to have in terms of development and how fast we can advance. But trust me, the train is still moving. We are progressing, and I am expecting some big things that will be happening in the next few months. Things have settled out. People's schedules have evened out, which means we can do bigger and better things. Never mind the fact that our community is a large community of a lot of skilled people, a lot of smart people, and a lot of connected people. What does that mean? I am happy to go make some phone calls and say, hey, I know you can do this. Can you come help us out? So if you get a phone call from me, don't be surprised. But I'm not going to say who I'm calling or what yet. Either way, sometimes it takes a village. And we got a great village, so we shall lean on the village if we have to. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think at this point, because I'm going to lose my voice, and I went to the dentist earlier today, and my mouth is hurting. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for coming out, man. It's been a lot of fun, as always. If you haven't, go to worldfoamalliance.org and register. You know the YouTube channel. Well, you're on it, so like it, share with everyone else. Coming up next Wednesday, we do have Andrew, a.k.a. Dart Sweep. He does have a guest plan. I'm not sure who it is, so I'm not going to say who I think it is because it will probably be wrong. And they're going to come back and say, Al, you were wrong. Next episode of Get Off My Lawn, we will be having a guest. Who we're going to have, I don't know. Come check it out, but I know it's going to be fun. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you very much for your support. Thanks for helping. Share, man. We have a great community, and it's about time that we let the whole world know, as many people as we can, that we are here and they should become a part of it. The bigger we get, the better it's going to be for all of us. On that note, thank you. Good night. Get off my lawn.